Coming up tonight on Bus News. I go on a long jaunt across Edinburgh to try and find all of Lothian's right Geminis and Gemini 2's re-entering service. Lothian purchasing a strange choice of operator. And we've made some exciting new content that should be coming out in the next month or so. Hey, what's going on, guys? Me, Mortimer here. I'm currently sat on Portobello Promenade, just outside Lothian Buses Marine Depot, and today I want to go in depth about what the main subject has been over the past two episodes, which is mainly just what's happening with all the B9TLs Lothian used to have in service, like, I want to say pre-COVID times. So, I mean, I've not got much time left until I need to be home, so let's just get into it, honestly. So I thought I was actually going to see this one fairly easily, but thanks to help from Lothian Buses Photos, I just couldn't see it literally anywhere in the depot, and I have no idea why. Well, Central was a must. What about the Marine Depot, though? 3 Geminis, 2 Eclipses. Didn't see either of the Eclipses, but right off the bat I saw 905 and 906 parked up around the back of Marine, which were the ones I was most excited to see, because I've not seen them since the Three Bridges Tours days, and it was nice getting to see them. I also, when I went up to the Seafield Works, I also saw 931 being prepared for a repaint, so all's well. Well, now that just leaves the Longstone bus depot. Let's see how that fares compared to the other two. I didn't have the highest of hopes when I came to Longstone, but when I arrived, not only did I see 926 and 927 parked up outside, but I also saw 195 parked up just a bit down from there. Didn't see 197 or 929 though, sadly. The reason I didn't mention 928 there is because at the time of filming this, which was last Sunday that I filmed that segment, 928 was still at Ferry Mill, which, for those unaware, is sort of a bit northwest of Glasgow, and is where a lot of, like, Lothian repairs and repaints and wraps get done. So it was there when I was filming this, so I have yet to see it. I'm not even sure if it's even been used in service yet, so unless I can find it soon before I finished editing this, it's just not going to be included. Aside from that, I managed to successfully see 6 of the 11 buses I intended to. Of course, 930 I did end up seeing later on, so that technically makes it 7 of 11. And then, of course, there's 929, which I didn't get to see, presumably because it was inside the depot. And then 196, 197, and 198 I didn't see. 196 was inside Marine, 197 was inside Longstone, and 198 was inside Seafield. Next, and I think this took many people by surprise, Lothian have officially acquired Eaves coaches as their own now. So they officially own Eaves coaches now. When I originally saw the article, I actually took a double take, because I thought they'd acquired Prentice of Haddington, which are another local operator based down the road from Eaves of Dunbar. But no, they've acquired Eaves of Dunbar instead, which I find is weird, because they also do coach hire, which is something that Prentice does not do. But I overall, like, apparently the buses weren't very well maintained at Eaves, so I'm hoping that if they are going to be with Lothian, they're going to be much better maintained. But we shall see how this all plays out. First, some background information. Eaves of Dunbar are a local operator based in Dunbar who have been operating local bus services in the general area for approximately 45 years, but the owners are wanting to retire, so they have decided that they want Lothian to take over the company for them. They have 29 vehicles on their fleet, which consists of 15 coaches, 9 minibuses, and 5 single-decker midi buses. Now, for that latter bit there, about the vehicles, They are all arranged with their own fleet orders, like most operators do, spanning from E18 to E100, which the website Quack77 has a really good list of all the Eve coaches fleet, which I would highly recommend checking out. If you just want a really simplified one, then here it is. I've been thinking about how this could be well mixed into the Lothian family fleet. Because if you want to see the fleet for all the Lothian family, see this. Also, before we move on, I would like to say that I think it's fairly obvious that Lothian motor coaches is just gonna blend into Eve coaches, so that Eve coaches will now have two depots, Dunbar and Newbridge. So it's clear that the E prefix won't fit well with the Lothian family's fleet list. So I have come up with a good idea for how it could be incorporated into the Lothian fleet. So if we can assume the Lothian motor coaches is just going to become an extension of Eve's coaches, then this is the current Lothian fleet. Now, in my Discord server, Bus came up with an idea so that we didn't have to worry about buses going into the quadruple digits, which I think is only an issue for Lothian City, Country, and East Coast buses. But I think that this is just an idea Richard Hall had, so that he didn't have to reuse fleet numbers that I think is just plain stupid. So I think what Bus has come up with is genius. This would include changing 1051 to 1062 into 519 to 530, 1000 to 1032 becoming 778 to 810, 1033 to 1049 becoming 811 to 826, 1050 becoming 827, 1141 to 1153 becoming 828 to 840, and the E400 XLBs becoming 701 to 777. I also feel like the now Eve coaches buses could maybe be moved down from the 9000s to the 1000s. Now let's move on to the actual Eve buses. First, I think it's fairly obvious that the midi buses should be kept within the triple digits instead of the quadruple digits. So E23, E24, and E26, I think are worthy of being 173, 174, and 175, dividing evenly between 172 and 176. If this doesn't work, then 172 can become 175, and then 173 to 175 can just be 172 to 174 instead. As for the solos, I think they're worthy of being 191 and 192. Next, we have the minibuses, which are E18, E19, E20, E21, E22, E29, E32, E33, and E38. I think it's fairly obvious that E18, E21, and E22 can just become 1103 to 1105, since they are the exact same as 1101 and 1102. As for E20 and E29, and this might seem weird, I think 193 and 194 fits, as they are used for the public services in comparison to the other minibuses, which are used as private hire. Next, E32 and E33 can just be 1106 and 1107, with E38 following as 1108. Next, we have the coaches, which are E35, E39, E41, E42, E51, E52, E53, E57, E58, E59, E60, E61, E72, E73, and E75. First off, E53, E61, and E75 can just become 1012, 1013, and 1014. They're all Plaxton Panthers, so this should make sense. Then after that, I think that the ex-Lothian motor coaches Plaxton Leopards should move to 1016 to 1023, with E60 joining the leap as 1024. After that, we can expect the Mercedes Turismos to be 1025 to 1028, with the Irzar i6 joining as 1029 and Irzar i6S as 1030. Lastly, we could have the Sansan Degui Citroën as 1031, Sansan Degui SC5 as 1032, and the Cetra as 1033 and 1034. I should also state that I think the fleet numbers for the BZL order are going to be 301 to 350. And with that, that's the ideal way to rearrange the Lothian fleet. There's totally nothing else I've forgotten. This is literally everything that could possibly be on here. Totally not forgotten anything. Why do I hear boss music? Oh wait, I'm overreacting, aren't I? Okay, let me just, 699, Optera Olympus, color to black. Okay, now I think this is the best fleet list for Lothian to go with. Okay, so, the last little bits of this video have corrupted, so if I sound a bit hoarse, it's because I'm having to refilm them whilst I'm feeling unwell, so. But yeah, as to do with E100, or as I think it should be, 699, I'm genuinely unsure whether it should go into city operations on the 11, 16, or 31, or if it should just be kept for what it was originally used for, like, private hire, or even if it just goes in service somewhere completely different. For all we know, it could be used on the Lothian Country 70. Next, and I'm going to try to keep this segment really quick, because this is yet to be confirmed as far as I'm aware, but there are rumors circulating that the Edinburgh Bus Tour's Majestic Tour might be renamed to the Regal Tour, which I think is an odd change, but alright. Next up, our seasonal game of Tag Cross Edinburgh Winter 2023 and 2024 will be releasing on the 29th of February on this channel at 7 p.m. This was an absolute blast. I was out of the house for like 9 hours, and now I feel absolutely rotten because I got a really bad migraine on the bus home. Next, you'll probably be aware that I normally do my bus vlog reruns every 6 months or so. Well, instead of them only being in Edinburgh, I'm now, starting from the next one, I'm just gonna do it, just all my bus vlogs, instead of only the ones in Edinburgh. Which means that on the 7th of March, at 12 p.m, on the main Central Scotland Buses channel, I'm gonna be releasing one that is all the ones I've done outside of Edinburgh in 2021, 2022, and 2023. And we've got plenty of other content coming soon. I've done many FRVs to come out. I'm starting new content. I'm taking inspiration from numerous bus spotters. And now I'm going to be making onboard videos where I literally just sit in the back of the bus and record for like 7 minutes or something. So that'll be fun. And another style of content that's going to be a permanent addition to our roster of content styles, Charlie is now going to be making OMSI videos, you know, the bus game. That'll come out whenever, honestly. Anyways, that's all for this video. Of course, at least for what was meant to be this video, as you will see in, like, 30 seconds, we had the segment I recorded the other day that was, I was not scripted, because this video was meant to be finished before I did that, but now stuff's happened. So, yeah, let's go over there now. Lothian announced that there are going to be new service changes, starting from the 24th of March. So, I am going to be reviewing those today. I can already hear the intro music playing, so let's just get into this. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so far, I actually only have 3 predictions, 1 for Lothian Country, 2 for Lothian, all of which are to do with frequencies. I have no idea what the hell they're going to do with the routes, but, frequency-wise, Lothian Country, this is a no-brainer, making the 72 every 30 minutes instead of every 60. It is way too busy, and it's getting way too delayed because of how many people are getting on, so I think making it every 30 minutes is a no-brainer. And then for Lothian, I think the one's going to go down to every 20 minutes, Monday to Friday, and it's going to be using double-deckers instead of single-deckers, or at least I hope. And the last one is the 24 being extended to every 15 minutes, and using the Volvo 7900s. I would honestly really like that, because I remember the good old days when the 24 was a single-decker. I used to go on it all the time, and I loved going on the quote-unquote magic bus, as I used to call it. Okay, so if we go onto the Lothian website and scroll under the service updates page, you can see service change from Sunday 24th of March. The following changes are the big ones they're talking about. Timetable and frequency improvements on core services to support customer growth. Review of running times across all routes to improve reliability. New peak time only service on Queensbury Road. Interesting. X43 perhaps. Service 43 will see additional evening journeys introduced on all days. New night bus service N35, and extra evening and Sunday services for Lochend, Portobello, and Duddingston Village. I think I know what the latter of those is, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. I am just going to wait and see. This first change is a bit of a surprise for me, and I'm assuming quite a lot of other people. I thought they were going to go the other way and allocate the one to the new BZL double-deckers, but now it's going to be every 15 minutes Monday to Saturday and every 20 minutes on Sunday. Essentially the same as the 31. So, I'm a bit baffled by that decision, honestly, because, I mean, I think most people were assuming it was going to be made a double-decker service only and use the BZLs, but apparently everybody here is wrong, and it's now extremely frequent. Oh, also, it's every 12 minutes of the afternoon and morning peak times, but I'm not sure who many people care about that, but, I mean, if you're a commuter, then good for you, I guess. Wait, what's the stopping pattern at Ocean Terminal again? Oh, okay, that's actually a brilliant move, because the 36 also goes to Bonington Toll, and it stops at OF. So, I always thought that was a weird move for the 10, but I couldn't remember the stopping pattern, so thank God, Lothian. Thank you. Thank piss! I have been wanting this since the days of the 42. And now they're finally doing it. Jesus Christ, it took their while, but thank God. The evening journeys I don't really care about, but Sunday journeys to Portobello, I cannot tell you how useful that is. I don't think a frequency increase is needed, but at least just having that is just... I just had a quick look around at my timetable collection, and I found this 19 timetable from 2016, and right on the front page, every 30 minutes asterisk, only operates between Granton and Leith Street. I accidentally deleted the clip, but this was in reference to the 19 now having our evening journeys to Eastfield. This bus route is just stupid. This route is just so easy to hate on. The 22A. If the 47B is called the 47B instead of the 47A because the B stands for Bush, which makes complete sense, why isn't the 22A called the 22G? Did you not think that far ahead, Lothian? That's all? Like, I get it. This is a good idea, but... How come these buses get to be increased to every 15 minutes during Monday to Friday, yet the 24 doesn't? This is just an overcomplicated way of me saying damn it. I also forgot to say that I think there should be a 1556 journey to Gore Bridge now, because the 29 and 48 just get way too busy. I think this bus should only be every 15 minutes at peak times. I don't think throughout the day it deserves to be that frequent. Wasn't the 36 already kind of every 20 minutes at peak time? Thank piss! I feel like I need to actually, thank Lothian for giving me a service this easy to do an FRV on. Tell you what. Dear Lothian, I would like to thank you for making a rush hour service I could do the entire journey on and still get back to my house by 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock. I'm sure I will be on the X47 fairly soon after it's introduced. Lots of respect, Morty. And sent. There we go. I have thanked Lothian. They have my utmost respect. I think people probably would have rathered if the 30 went down the A1 to Queen Margaret from Fort Kinnaird instead of the 106, so that the 30 could use double-deckers, so that the double-decker crisis would be solved. But I'm not complaining. I liked how the 106 went to Fort Kinnaird, so... Well, I guess. Really? That's all you have to say is, hey, this journey takes a little bit longer than we thought. We're Lothian buses and we're so epic poggers nanny swag. A frequency increase of at least every half hour would be good enough. That's it, I'm going back to Gmail. Dear Lothian, why the hell is the 72 still hourly? Surely it's obvious that it needs to be half hourly. I honestly think that this is unacceptable, and I wish that every charger anyone who decided to keep it hourly gets or has breaks to the point where it isn't completely broken, but only works at extremely specific angles. All the best, hugs and kisses, Morty.
And send. They better have got the message that time, otherwise I am going to do some very, very, very wrong things that I know I shouldn't do.
For all intensive purposes, that was a joke. Please do not take anything I say seriously, as I am a dumbass.
Okay, sure that the buses may not be every 15 minutes Monday to Friday, as they used to, and still should be. But this is an improvement. And we like improvements here. Sure. Again, just like, sure. Very interesting. Wasn't the N34 that went from Leith Street to Heriot-Watt withdrawn due to low customer usage? Surely this is going to end up in an extremely similar fate. Okay, so whoever has to commute on this bus route, I feel so sorry for you. Well, that's everything. There were a few changes that weren't mentioned, such as the 200 being moved from OF to OA at Ocean Terminal, and the Majestic Tour being moved from OA to OD. And at Haymarket Station, the X18 and N18 will now stop at HJ instead of HH, which, honestly, I think is a welcome change. But yeah, that's everything I've gone through. But yeah, aside from that, I shall see you guys next time. Adios!